Well, greetings and salutations, test takers. This is the Series 7 Guru coming to you from my off-grid studio, getting our kicks on historic Route 66 with an explication request. If you have an explication request, you can send it to explicationrequest@guruexamprep.com. Here's today's request. A customer writes an ABM October 120 call, receiving a premium of 4, and buys an IBM October 100 call, paying a premium of 12. IBM is currently selling at 108. Doesn't matter where the stock is when we do the trade. So that's useless information. If the exercise, by the way, as an aside, if you want me to comment on how obvious it is, people who write questions don't trade options, put that in the comment. I'll tell you why this wouldn't be something you do or something you would definitely do in the real world. Anyways, on with the question. If you exercise the October 100 call just prior to expiration, what should the stock be selling at in order to break even? So this is basically asking your break even. And there's 8 potential test questions about advanced option strategies. The first one is, can you identify the strategy? And so this is a spread. A spread, same option, different action. Call, buy, sell. We have here a choice to buy at 100, and we have an obligation to sell at 120. So this is a spread. I got 4 in, I got 12 out. So this is a debit spread. That too could have been testable. What kind of spread is it? And you say this is a debit spread. It's an 8-point debit spread. Now, the way we get break evens in spreads, call spreads, is we use the mnemonic cow. Test taking trick, we know the break even's got to be somewhere between 100 and 120, because that's the whole point of the spread. As I'm saying, I want to play between 100 and 120, and I don't want to play no more. So we can immediately get rid of 100 and 120 as potential choices, because it has to be somewhere between those two numbers. Here we're going to use CAL. That stands for call, add to the lower. We're going to take the lower strike, which is 100. We're going to add 8, and we're going to get the break even of 108. So the answer to the question is B. What are some other things we could have been asked about this spread? We could have said, do we want to exercise or expire? We want it to exercise. We want to be able to buy at 100 and sell at 120 and make 20 points less the 8. Widen or narrow. We want the difference in the premiums to get larger than 8. If I go to close this out using my T, dollars out versus dollars in, I need a bigger number than 8. Hardest part to get, don't need to get it. It'll always be debit, exercise, widen, do the do like Mountain Dew. Or when you're wide like Dean, you need to exercise. All right, what else could I do? Max gain, max loss. Whenever we buy a position, we're buying the spread. Our max loss is 8 points. 100 or lower, the contracts expire, and we lose 8 points. Now, you can either memorize, yuck, that the maximum gain at debit spread is the difference in the strikes, 20 minus 8 of 12. I just think that's a mental mess. I think it's easier to know 8 plus something equals 20. Right? I just think that's easier. There's 20 points to be made or lost. I spent 8, so I can make 12. The last thing we might be asked in this situation is the spread bullish or bearish. We get a couple tricks here. We could use bulls because you are long the lower strike. In any spread, if you are long the lower strike, you're a bull. Doesn't matter whether it's debit, credit, call, put, doesn't matter. The other way we identify the spread as being bullish or bearish is the larger premium dominates the position, which in this case is the 100 call that I'm long. So the larger premium dominates. If the missing premiums, it would still be a debit call spread, because we should know that lower strike call contracts always have greater premiums. So that 100 call is always going to have a greater premium than the 120. All right, now let me just show you how that plays out here. It says I exercise my 100 call. So I bought the stock at 100. I'm just illustrating the break even. And I need a number that would make the columns break even, the columns balance, because that's what break even is. Same dollars out as dollars in. We said the answer to the question is B as in boy, 108. And indeed, if we sell it at 108, we're going to have the same dollars out as dollars in. So hope you found that helpful. Remember, inch by inch, spreads are cinch. Yard by yard, spreads are hard. I'll link to either my options playlist or the playlist or video that has options in it. And I will see you for the next explication request.